Community college is great. Hey guys, it's Nuve. Let's talk about community college. There seems to be like a stigma around it, which I totally bought into when I first was figuring out where I wanted to go after high school. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go to a community college. People are gonna think I'm dumb or couldn't get into a big college. But it actually saved me so much money, thousands. And that said, I haven't paid anything yet. I went to college my first 3 years for free. And that was because when I got there, they had this program for freshmen. Basically, you were working to get done in 2 years. So they would pay for all your classes as long as you kept a certain GPA, went to these workshops, and then you had to, do community service. And so it was really easy, and it was just free money, and it was amazing. And then they had also scholarships to the school that you could apply for that you knew you had a chance of getting because it was a small school and not a lot of people were applying for scholarships because they had financial aid in other ways. So that was amazing. I saved a lot of money. I got my associates for free. That's insane. That's halfway to a bachelor's. That's 2 years. Anyway, not only the money thing, but there really is, and you wouldn't think so, but it's an amazing networking community. There were amazing people in my classes of all ages, so it really let me see different lifestyles. It was really cool to see people that had been in the army or someone who has been a successful businessman but came back to major in theater. It's just interesting to see different lifestyles, and it kind of opens your eyes to a lot of new ways of living and thinking, a lot of different backgrounds. Also, I joined a lot of clubs, and that was really fun in case you feel not being able to live in a dorm is making you miss some sort of camaraderie or relationships. You don't, because you join the clubs and then you make new friends. So it was really cool. I did theater. It was all community theater, but it was amazing. It was so good to work with people that, I don't know, it was the non-typical theater kids. And you know the theater kids that I'm talking about. You know exactly who I'm talking about. And these people that I worked with were not theater majors, a lot of them. And, they didn't grow up doing kickball changes and ballet for years. They were regular people that just happened to like theater, just like me. And so it was really cool. I made a lot of friendships and met a lot of people that I would not have ever had the opportunity to if I had been in a 4-year school. Education-wise, the classes were fairly easy. And I'm not saying that community college classes are easy. I'm positive there are difficult ones. My friends had harder ones than I did. And I didn't do the honors courses. I didn't really challenge myself at all. The classes that I took were fairly easy, which was great because I didn't have to be in a 15 to 100 people classroom, a classroom filled with people where I couldn't ask questions and it was just a lecture. It wasn't like that. There were 20 to 25 people, sometimes a lot less, that were in my classes. So it gave me a lot of chances to talk to the teacher and kind of schmooze a little bit and get connected to the lessons that I was learning, especially when I took my business classes. I was so afraid. Going in, I was terrified because I was business is hard. All the movies that you see about people changing their hearts and following their passion is because they went to business school. So I'm is this what I want? But when I went in, my teacher was very careful about making sure to let us know that it's not as terrifying as TV and media make it seem. It's a lot of work, but if you really care about it, it passes at a reasonable pace. I grew in my confidence while I was at community college, and I really, when I went there, I was not ready to go to a 4-year. If I had gone to a 4-year, I think I would have combusted spontaneously. I just was not ready. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea. I was following in my sister's footsteps at first and majoring in theater, and midway through I was I'm not good at this. I can sing, I can act, I can dance, but not at the level that you need to be able to in order to pursue musical theater. And I found that out the hard way. I auditioned for every show and I got in, but it was never like a good role until the ending years when I was the only person like left that they had to pick from. So I was like, they had to put me in a good role because I was the only one they had left. But I kind of got to see myself in a new light. I got to take a variety of classes. I took a computer animation class in which I discovered that I have no skill, and I strike that off my list of things that I maybe wanted to try because I have a fascination with animation and like animated movies and shows, and I was like, maybe I could do that. I could not. I took a class race and gender class, which class race and gender class, which was really interesting and I liked it a lot. And then I took a psychology class, which was also interesting and I liked it a lot. I took a politics class, which was fascinating and I liked it a lot. So I kind of could tell the kinds of subjects that I was mostly interested in. And granted, I couldn't go by my grades because I got all A's in everything. And I was really proud of that because I've never gotten all A's in my life. I could have if I had done my homework, but I didn't. Fortunately, in college, at least at a community college, a lot of the homework is essays. So I was okay with that because I'm okay with essays. But if it's like busy work or like math, oh, I hate math. I took a business class and a personal finance class, which unfortunately ended up being at the beginning of this year, 2020, which was the beginning of the COVID shutdown. And so I ended up with half my classes being online. So I didn't learn. I read to memorize, not to learn. And that is my fault, but it's also my teacher's fault a little bit because they did not give us any extra materials with which to learn. So, except for my business teacher, he was great. He gave us lectures on Zoom still. He gave us worksheets and stuff. He was great. So yeah, I had a great time. All the faculty that I worked with was really nice and understanding of any situation. There's just like a sense of community. You wouldn't think that there would be, but there was. And we didn't have any sports to kind of like cheer after. Our sports were kind of lame. But I'm okay with that because I don't care about sports. It was a good time. So I would encourage you, if you are graduating high school, to really think about going to community college. I'll say the experience is different for everyone. Some people hated it. I don't know anyone that did, but I'm sure that there were some people that didn't like it. And some people I'm sure loved it. So it's basically what you make of it and what you think is best for you. But I would highly recommend looking into it, checking around the prices a little bit, because I am so happy that I did. I would be in so much debt right now if I hadn't gone to community college. So, I just thought I'd put that out there for you guys that were considering it. I hope this was informative for someone. I don't know who would be that person, but I hope it helps you a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to share and subscribe. That's it, I guess.